Hello, I'm Shelley Rothus, and I'm a different kind of victim. Today, we're going to be discussing what I learned based upon what the topic has been recently, which is bullying, and how it is abuse, and how it relates to my own personal story as what I've experienced with my three abusers in real life, to show how bullying is abuse, and also to help other mental health professionals in the mental health field, teachers, victims of bullying, and just anybody who would like to learn more about it as for how bad it really can be. So, I have been quite busy. I've been trying to get through what I had gone through as I had described and how it affected me in traumatic ways, and doing so, trying to work through it so I can focus on myself and continue going upwards. And that's what I've been doing. I've been quite busy myself with looking for a job, replying to jobs, applying. It's a real fun thing to do, if you know what I mean. Um, Also helping others and whatnot, helping them out, like, cleaning and stuff like that. Well, I mean, it's funny that people, they think of me, and based upon, my place, they say, I have the cleanest place in the building. Quite a bit of people, that's how they see, when they describe me. You know, Recently I heard one person described it as, you can actually eat off of her floor. That's how clean her place is. I was like, oh, well, I guess I'll take that as a compliment. I try. That's all I could say. So, anyways, I'm going to share something funny. And it's based upon the bullying incident and the lies and gossip and all that, despicable, cruel BS. It happens in real life too. And like I stated, whether it happens online or in real life, it can affect somebody negatively. So this one is funny. I mean, this is something that they even brought up in the bullying cult clan. One of them, you know, like I said, it goes back to sloppy, hypocritical ageism, you know, as to thinking that only, immature children, they use the word immature. Look at the adults in that hate group with all the evidence I showed and what they've done, you know. So this is what happened. I was downstairs in the apartment complex getting my mail, and a woman came up to me and asked me if she can speak to me alone, more private. So I go with her, and she goes, "Well, I have a brother and sister, and they're both, LGBTQ." So at first, I'm thinking, well, she just wants to talk, okay. I'll listen, and be empathetic and be there for her. And then she's like, well, I want to be your friend. Almost like she felt sorry for me. I'm like, what? I'm thinking, oh, I was like, um, do you think I'm gay? And she's like, well, that's what I've been told. I'm like, I couldn't help but crack up laughing. I was like, oh, cool. People think I'm gay. I'm like, that's really cool. I said, well, you can, keep it going too. I said, I told her, I said, I got a slightly used penis from eBay recently, and it's working out quite well for me too. You know, I winked, like, yeah, because I had, different colored hair, and, you know, one thing I like rainbows, and I'm also, creative. And that's just me. Doesn't mean that somebody's gay. But I mean, let's just say that kept me cracking up for days, just thinking about it now. Other people, it's like they they either say that, I'm real. Many people have said that to me lately, that know me here at the apartment complex. They're like, you're not like the rest of them here. You're not fake. You're real, and that's what I like about you. And I'm like, okay. Well, I guess being real, it can also mean that, I'm a bitch. I've been, called certain names too, other, and I just say, well, thanks. And it was quite funny. The other day, the pervert, the Joe on the way to the mental institute that asked me if I masturbating. Okay. Anyways, he was coming off the elevator because he's on the same floor as me, and he almost rammed into me with the cart. I'm like, and I go, whoa, and he yelled out to me as I was walking back out, and he yelled out "F you," I'm like, like I stated, I'm not afraid of men. I yelled out to him. I yelled back. I said, yeah, whatever, pervert. So, anyways, people, they just, like I said, they're kind of shocked by me, like me going up to that, one guy that, fapped in front of me. Well, he's arrested now. He got arrested, and actually, he has a criminal background of doing that before, possibly, and he has a record for that, and he ended up stealing a car recently, so he's in jail right now. And I guess those pictures helped the, police, so they identified him, and they had me identify him too when they came to see me. So this part is going to be part one, and I'll be reading what I have been writing. That's another reason why I've been busy, is I've been writing in between doing everything else, and also doing things to, relieve stress. And I actually went to the beach. It was really great. I haven't been to the beach in ages, and it was just so extremely fun. I just loved it so much. Okay, so back to what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be reading based upon how that bullying incident is abuse and how it relates to my abuse in real life. Like I said, online or in real life, it can affect somebody negatively or even traumatize them. So, I'll go ahead and start. Humans naturally crave to be wanted and needed by others. When people choose friendships that involve abusive behaviors, they, like the victim, are consumed with denial based upon their own personal involvement with the abuse. Humans naturally want to see themselves as humane, but also want others to see them as being humane. Denial. Abusers will deny that their actions harm others. They have continued these patterns of abuse as to where they feel that they need to continue them in order to feel like they are a positive asset to society as a whole. This is due to one not having the personal integrity to admit to their own faults. Those who don't have personal integrity believe that admitting to your mistakes means lowering your pride that one has for themselves. They also believe that their reputation will be ruined by being seen as an inhumane person, when in actuality, these types of people who are self-centered will only do what serves themselves in positive ways, even if it means harming an innocent person. That's very true. My abusers in life did that to me throughout my whole life. And that's exactly, I'm going to be focusing on Publicity Diarist because he was the one that was significant in this, because he was the first person that I had trusted. So, yes, his role in it was significant. Of course, during the recent bullying incident, there was two people, I had trusted that were involved in that, which was, Carla and Ken. And my trust was broken, and let's just say, like I stated, is that Publicity Diarist did the most cruel and despicable thing to me that anybody has ever done. And like I shown the evidence, it was all based upon lies. And like I just read, of course, he's not going to apologize. It's easier being the asshole because, they see those as their friends, That's how they find that bond, and they're gonna stick with that clan because it's just easier. And you want to deny your actions as being inhumane. You deny that they are inhumane. That's just how abusers like to think. Because, like I stated, it's natural for humans to want to be seen as being humane, not only to others, but to themselves. So, denial is a big part of abusers. Even though, like I stated, there's no excuses or exceptions for it, it's about having personal integrity to do the right thing no matter who is involved. Examples: telling others that they don't see their actions as inhumane. It's not a hate group. Now, we've seen with my evidence that is a hate group. They're sitting there and they're talking, real despicable, cruel things. Especially the two people that I thought I, could trust in certain ways, especially the first person that I ever trusted, saying really cruel and despicable things about me based upon lies, and even creating their own, and even creating plots to, try and harm me, which they ended up doing. I just like to watch others say cruel and despicable things to others, or about them. Well, yes, it's true. When I was in the bullying, cult clans, I watched people say, cruel and despicable things, the people that I thought were my friends. And, of course, I knew it was not nice and even despicable or cruel at times. But, you know, I chose to do that. And that was one of the reasons I got out of there, because I didn't like who I was. I didn't like being seen, because when you're with that bullying cult clan, even if you're not the one saying that stuff, you are tied to those people. And that's understandable, because people didn't want to be my friend because they knew I was friends with people in that bullying cult clan. And I totally understand that now, because I don't want to be friends with any of them if they're going to bring me into it. Like, I made the deal, I will talk to these people, but keep me out of your crap. As for the situation with Ken, I had to admit to my own self that I made a mistake by continuing the relationship. That I should have ended in the last bullying incident, not the recent. So, because it ended up traumatizing me in the end. I can find out who I can trust by being around those people who degrade others. Well, the funny thing is that why do you stay friends with them if you can't trust them? I mean, it's obvious these people are not trustworthy, because there's, especially the ones that are friends with the people that they're degrading. Such as Ken being in those hate groups while pretending to be my friend. Or even, someone that trusted and respected you, or, thinks they could trust and respect you, yet you're in a hate group. I mean, that's one thing I didn't do. I didn't get in hate groups that involved people that I trusted and respected, or trusted and respected me. That's where I drew the line. I can't imagine that. But it happened to me several times, where people were in hate groups that I thought I could trust and respect. Okay. They are my friends. Beep. Ooh. Yes, in bullying cult clans, they have convinced themselves to believe that their relationship with the cult clan members is a healthy relationship. That's proof right there, where I just stated that these people, how can you trust them when you see them degrading others that trusted and respected them, and not have any care in the world if they hurt them? My sister tells me that she loves and cares about me when she knows the lies that she and my parents made about me have destroyed me in many ways. My parents and sister are telling me that they care about me while spreading lies about me to others in the effort to try and destroy my reputation and my relationships with others who ended up believing those lies. Just like my father believes that it is his duty as a husband to always please his wife over everyone else, even if it means hurting the ones who actually do love him. When in actuality, he is in a relationship that doesn't have healthy boundaries. Denial. So, as parents, you would think that they care about their children. No, that's not love. I can admit that now. That was very hard to admit, that I've been in a relationship for that long with people that really don't care about me and don't love me, because that's not love. Now, being in an intimate partnership like marriage, that's again cultural and social beliefs. You know, you put that spouse up there as though they are on top all the time, no matter who they hurt, even if it's your own child, like my father did to me. Same applies to the bullying Cole clan. It was obvious that the lies that were being said about me based upon what Ken had seen, yet he still went along with it and engaged in the abuse and encouraged it. Just like my father went along with the lies made about me and also made up his own lies about me to harm me. Not any different. Same applies to cult clans, because they are also in unhealthy relationships with those that they believe are friends, that are loyal friends and trustworthy. Those aren't trustworthy friends. And not loyal, for sure, because they'll turn on you in a heartbeat, like I've proven in my other videos based on this topic. Real means that a person will be true to a person who they are in a relationship with. In the cult clans, that is not real, because they will turn on you and betray or deceive you without any care as for how it affects the person who they choose to harm, such as making plans with other cult clan members as for how to attack another cult clan member. Example based on my own personal experience would be when Ken was in a cult clan hate group with other cult clan members, degrading me while pretending to be my friend at the same time. Ken was not being real based upon how he acted like my friend only when he wasn't with the cult clan members. That's something I had to accept and realize. It was very hard because of the significant role he played within my personal life as to how I came to my realization about the abuse and what he did do for me. I mean, it's hard to separate the two. And, you know, I have to admit, it was a mistake staying friends with him after the last incident. I should have went with what I felt at that moment. They say that, you know, it's your first thought, you know, it's instinct. You know, sometimes it can be true that it wasn't, you know, a right decision if you go by your first thought and went by your second. You never know. But as it turned out, you know, he did the same thing again. He believed the lies, and he never apologized even for the past incidents of what he did to me. You know, So that wasn't really a good relationship. Just like with my abusers, they never admitted to what they've done to me, and they probably never will. I can't expect that. But I shouldn't accept it either, because that's not a good, healthy relationship, and those people really don't care about me. So I'm going to end it here. The next part is going to be lies. So, part 2, who knows how many parts this is going to be, but this is what I've written so far as to, based upon the bullying incident. There's quite a bit more. That's what I've been doing, is a lot of writing to explain how bullying is abuse, and for my own personal story, how it relates to what I went through my whole life based upon the abuse. So, I hope to see you for part 2. I'm Shelley Rothus, and I'm a different kind of victim. See you next time.